citizens of YouTube land.
It's your president and your VP. And yeah, kind of ignore the ATV or dirt bike out there because we live next to woods. So this is going to happen from time to time. Second review for March of the Irish, guys. This time around, the Boondock Saints did. Released December the 11th, 2009. Directed by Troy Duffy. Stars Sean Patrick Flannery, Norman Reedus, and Clifton Collins. Those are your three main leads in the film. It was made for $8 million, and it grossed just $10.6 million. Now, what can I say about this film other than it's pretty forgettable right away? Because, first of all, yes, we know who the McManus brothers is, but for the life of me, I struggled for the longest time to even remember who Clifton Collins' character was supposed to be.
Then there's also the female FBI agent that I don't remember. They're the only other character that's really remembered well is their father from the previous movie.
Yeah. So, first of all, the movie is pretty much, and this is the one big thing that it really has going for it. And guys, we're not going to say that we absolutely hate this film because we've seen far worse, of course. But here's the thing. Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus carry what bare bones script there actually is here, what bare bones story there actually is here, because there isn't much of one. Not that there really was too much of a story per se in the first movie, but they ramp it up even worse here. Whereas, okay, we talked about this numerous times, did me and the VP here. And in the first movie, they have a literal vision from God to do what they do.
Yeah.
In this movie, well, they're basically lured out of retirement where they've kind of been chilling in Ireland for the last 10 years.
8 years, actually.
8 years according to the movie, but 10 years in real time.
Yeah.
So they're lured out of retirement because a Catholic priest is made to sleep with the fishes in a church in a way that the saints would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Except, of course, they didn't do it. Now, also, I kind of forgot who the three detectives' names were that were in the first movie.
Yeah.
This is how little they really have to do with the movie, but I'll refer to them as this. The two Frady Cat detectives and the one thirsty detective.
Yep.
Because that's pretty much what they are. So, they come to investigate the crime scene, do the two Frady Cat detectives and the thirsty detective, and they all talk about how maybe the Saints are back and how this could possibly be them. And then Special Agent FBI lady, she shows up and is like, well, actually, no, it can't be them, and I'll show you how it's not them. And so they kind of go into a rehash of the way they were doing it in the first movie with the flashback
from Smacker.
And how they do these things.
Yeah.
And
how she said that the guy that basically made the priest sleep with the fishes is, quote, a short little effer.
And who happens to be, well, yeah. So they show that it's like this no-name mafia type of guy who was basically hired by this other guy. We'll get into that. He was hired by this other guy who is an associate of El Duce. And he's like I said, he's an associate. He's the guy that actually hired the guy to unalive and make the priest sleep with the fishes. So it's kind of a little complicated because they want to essentially use the sons to get to the father. And so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And that aspect. It's not too complicated because, like I said, you don't read too much into this.
And so, basically, the McManus brothers are going to do what the McManus brothers are going to do. And that is make a bunch of mafiosos sleep with the fishes.
And they come over and they immediately meet the little Mexican comedic sidekick character who is played by Clifton Collins. Like I said, I kind of forgot his name.
It's Romeo, but Murphy calls him Rome in the movie.
Well, okay. I'm literally probably going to forget it again after the review. So, so they meet up with him, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are so cool, and is it true that you pray and blah blah blah?" And so essentially, he's just a Mexican version of Rocco.
He really is.
He's way more annoying and way more with the comedic one-liners than even Rocco was. And I thought there wasn't comedic elements in the first movie, guys, but this movie, the sequel, went over the top with it. I think that was one of the drawbacks to it, that there was too much humor and not enough just bullets flying on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's probably what you really wanted, right? With a Boondock Saints 2 sequel. You just wanted them to come over and start doing their thing, and you didn't need whatever all this was.
Yeah. And so then there's like a flashback to like because like basically there's a guy named the Old Man, right? That's literally his character name is the Old Man, and he basically hired the short guy.
Stated, yeah.
He basically hired the short guy to take out the priest and also to get at the to basically kill the brothers to get to the father. And then they basically like the FBI lady winds up saying that Smecker, which was Willem Dafoe's character in the Boondock Saints 1, had passed away, and that they had a mutual that was their mutual friend and all that. And she tries helping him and all that, and then it turns out that like she, like I said, she winds up helping them, and then basically at the very end of the movie, because we're skipping so many other parts that it doesn't really matter until the end. So basically at the very end of the movie, turns out that Il Deuce is actually had been doing this a long time with the character of the Old Man when he was younger, but the Old Man wound up like setting him up and stuff to go to prison. And yeah, it basically comes down to like this duel between the Old Man and their father, and then their father winds up getting shot and winds up sleeping with the fishes. But that was before but he has like a dramatic death, you know. But before that, it's basically just guns blazing and everyone is killing everyone in a way. Or sorry, everyone's making everyone sleep with the fishes, right? And then they give their father a dramatic sleep with the fishes moment, and it just doesn't make sense tonally, you know? And then they wound up getting arrested at the end of the movie, right? And the FBI lady winds up going to this priest, and the priest is like, "We're going to a monastery." And she's like, hold up. How does this work? You come up with papers all of a sudden and stuff. And then we see somebody that's fishing on the docks, and it turns out it's Willem Dafoe's character in a cameo. And this was supposed to be setting up a Boondock Saints 3, or as Troy Duffy was going to explain, possibly a TV series as well. But we never got that until just recently. They announced that there is a Boondock Saints 3, but it's going to be more of like a reimagining of the franchise. I don't know.
And if you were wondering if there was anybody as far as your main bad guys, if there were anybody that were worth remembering in the movie, well, 4. Okay? You had the Old Man, who's, I guess, sort of worth it. There was the guy he hired. There was this old Italian dude who's like, "What are we doing? We're Italians. The boss is right." And then there was the fat Italian guy who got his naked butt spanked.
Yeah.
And that, yeah. You heard that right, guys. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. So, with that being said, guys, as we said, yes, the 2 leads, they carry this thing, what little bit there was. Honestly, it's very forgettable. More than likely, you're going to get some entertainment out of it. I do like the cool slow-mo bullet sequences that are kind of Matrix inspired. Those are kind of cool. Certain aspects, certain shots are pretty cool in the film. Most of the lines of dialogue are kind of cringeworthy, but you may laugh at one or two lines in it. Yeah, it's not great, and I can understand in so many ways how it has such a low score. It's probably unfair with the score that it actually got. But you guys are here for our ratings, so 2.5 out of 5. What say you?
Yeah, it's a 2.5 out of 5.
So, yeah, guys, take it for what it's worth. We feel that it's probably about 2.5 out of 5. Can you watch it? Yes. Is it enjoyable once or twice? Yes. Will you watch it multiple times? Probably not.
Just go watch the first movie. If you want to watch a movie multiple times, just go watch the first movie.
Yeah. So, but hey, guys, if you're one of these people that, for some reason, I don't understand why, but for some reason, thinks that the sequel is somehow, in any way, shape, or form, any better than the first movie, well, for those people...
First and foremost, you need to rethink your life choices. And second of all, go rewatch the first movie and then watch the Boondock Saints 2, and then you'll realize how great the first movie actually is.
Third of all, if none of the first two options convinced you, then hey, just remember that we're just two idiots with a web camera. Our opinions do not matter, except they actually do, because we have a YouTube show, except they actually don't. So, guys, with that being said, stay tuned, because next time, taking a little break from March of the Irish and getting back to what we had previously discussed for Foreign Film February, the final film for that, which we're watching tonight. But the next one coming is indeed going to be
Godzilla -1.
So with that being said, guys, there's only one thing left to say, and that, of course, is...
Peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.